Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got loads of Char around us. We've got loads of Norn with us. And we've got Thackeray here as well. If you're wondering, oh, why the hell is Thackeray randomly here? Of course, that's because, as I said, this quest chain, originally you were getting the quest off of him, not Casey. You only got the last repeatable one from Casey. So here's Bartak the Glutton. And she says, human scouting abilities never fail to amuse me. As you can see, the Char are indeed here. And the mood is not quite as festive as the one inside. Now, we will show you how Norn celebrate with battle. The Char say, watch out for the abnormally large Norn's blade. Ha! Bartak, even the cats think you eat too much. So long as they fear me in battle, Garbram, who cares? Okay, let's speak to Thackeray. He says, thanks to your efforts, we've strengthened the bonds with the Vanguard and brought a little happiness to Gwen. Wow, he still says that because we've obviously started the Warring Crier. So are we just going to start fighting? There's actually quite a lot of dialogue here. I'm not sure how much of it is in just sort of small text boxes that appear above their heads or not, though. So do watch out for that. So you may be getting a little bit of deja vu here with this quest, and this is because this is very similar to a quest you actually complete in Eye of the North called In Defense of the Eye, in which you defend it from a whole bunch of centaurs that are attacking, if you remember that. I believe the Char get involved there as well, don't they, near the end, maybe? But this is just the festive one. It's a bit more forgiving in some ways, a bit less forgiving in others. It's more forgiving in the fact that you can actually die and you'll be resurrected rather than just failing the quest. It's a bit less forgiving in that it will ramp up in difficulty very, very, very quickly. I can't remember if this is the one that has the snowballs flying around all over the place, but if it is, it'll be pretty cool. So Galbram says, you owe me another flagon of your eggnog for this human. And the Glutton says, every furball that falls beneath my blade brings me closer to a mound of roasted chestnuts. So they're only doing it for the stuff we promised them. Is that really true friendship? Well, I suppose the Norn aren't really friends, are they? So yeah, you've got a crap load of things here. You've got a Trihorn over there as well. You see the Norn are starting to use them as beasts to work with. Did we already speak to all of the Norn? I like how the Scout's still here as well. That's quite funny. There's something else actually that I should point out. This is another one of those situations where you can take advantage of it to do your Explorer title. So if you're watching this and you haven't really explored the Ice Cliff Chasms, you'll find this entire explorable area completely devoid of enemies, which is really quite cool. So what you can do is obviously just... Oh, no, I don't think it is devoid of enemies here, is it? No, I think that's in the next quest. Basically, we're going to have a big snowball fight out here soon, and during that one, you can actually go out and explore anywhere the hell you want, which is pretty cool. But I think for all intents and purposes, the spawns are almost exactly the same at the moment, as far as I remember, except for the fact, obviously, we've got a load of bloody... guys around here on the lake, so maybe the normal lake spawns have changed, but aside from that I think it's all pretty much the same. But yeah, I mean, the quest, you're seeing me do it here. You know how strong this team build is though, so it's totally up to you whether you think you'll be okay at it. I don't remember particularly struggling at it back when I had sort of normal builds. Just do bear in mind, check this out, look at the little Devourers. Oh, that's so cute. Look at them, they're so small. Wow, they're actually a bit more resilient than I thought. They're only level 15. Oh, it reminds me of Ascalon. I wish there were a few more event quests that go on in Ascalon, but I suppose where the story has sort of left them as this huge... Ascalon is this huge desolate place where nothing's really going on. They don't like to do stuff like that. In fact, there's some stuff that did happen in Ascalon. There was a bit of an update to one of the Explorer areas, but that's sort of more in reference to the Warring Crier, which I've been dying to talk about, but it's kind of a spoil. I know in the Warring Crier a while ago, I was like, some of you left comments and said, don't worry about spoilers, just do it. But there's still one thing that I want to pick the right moment to talk about it, and that's kind of related to something that did for a while happen in Ascalon. Anyway, they're still coming, and they say, we've come to help you celebrate the season of death. Yours. So yeah, it is quite interesting, Wintersday, actually. I do like this whole duality to it, how it's supposed to be sort of the celebration of death and all this kind of stuff, but at the same time it's all festive and ushering in the new year, and it all just depends how emo and moody you are, or whether you like Grenth of Dwayne more, depending on what aspect of it you choose to follow. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is just probably going to go on for a while, so do you know what? I think it's about time for me to speed this. Well, I don't know, actually. It could almost be over. Let's just take out this Devourer catapult. I seem to remember there is a point where a load of the catapults will just come at you all at once. Or at least you'll have like 2 catapults sieging you. Unless that just happened and we managed to take one out and I didn't notice. Can we actually ride in this Devourer? I don't think you can. I think it just... We're about to see. Yeah, it dies. That's a shame. That'd be amazing to be able to ride in the Devourers around here. That'd be so cool. Oh, yeah, there you go. That was it. Well, there you go. That's see Casey Carpenter for your reward. It's a cool quest. I like it. You know, a big, nice defense quest. You know, always goes down nice and festive. The Norn help us. Did the Norn change their dialogue, though? This is a question after we've won. If your celebration is anything like this eggnog will get along just fine. Did he already say that? I can't remember. How many more of your celebrations include food? I think they have changed the dialogue. Where's the last Norn? The last Norn died. Oh, Helga. Oh, for shame. Yeah, I was actually, that's what I was about to say. She's demonstrated that perfectly. The Norn can die. Don't worry about it. They don't become allies. It's not like you're going to get kicked out if they die. If you see everybody dead at the end, if you've wiped a few times, it doesn't matter. Just keep going at it. If you've got a little bit of death penalty removal, which at the end of the day, if you've been playing the Wintersday stuff, you'll probably have a lot of death penalty removal anyway. Just don't worry about it. So, hey, Casey.
Well met.
He says, "Hoorah! You and the Norn certainly earned your share of Nog this time for bringing them to our aid, except this token of thanks. So 2,000 experience, 200 gold, 200 Vanguard rep points, and some. Now we get a Grinch, summoning stone, Grinch, blah blah blah, and yeah. So there you go. Right. So this is the last quest now. What used to happen is Kieran would be stood here. He'd give you the first few, and then he would give you the quest. You know how we started the war in Kryta? Well, sort of started the war in Kryta, where we spoke to him. He was out the front there, just out there. Originally that quest there where you go and get Gwen's pendant and you speak to the guy over at Olafstead and all that kind of stuff, originally that was only a Wintersday quest. You can do it all year round, and he'd give you that. And at this point, you'd complete these first quests. At this point, Casey would start giving you a repeatable one, and Kieran would express his concerns about Gwen. Okay, and that's how it all originally started. Alright, but eventually they decided, oh hey, players are going to have to be able to do this all year round, so they added Kieran out there, out the front. They removed him from the Wintersday and sort of split the two apart. So there you go, that's the story of how that happened. But we do still get to do Casey's stuff. And he says to us, "Hey there, thanks for clearing out the char. I'm being recalled to the field, but I'd love to have one last snowball fight before I leave." Oh yeah, that must be a reference to the... So the employee at NCSoft must have been sent back to Iraq, and this is sort of a reference to that. "The folks around here think it would be great if you came outside and joined us. Oh, and bring a friend." Okay, so I don't think you realise the trouble you've just brought upon yourself. Snowball is my middle name. I'm going to look like a complete noob now, because this is something everybody does all the time, completely repeats it. So this isn't actually a solo mission. This is a two-player mission. You can do it with an actual real in-game friend, which I have none to hand, or you can do it with a hero. Every single hero in the game except one, and if you've played a lot of the game, you'll probably know what hero that is. Every single one has a unique bit of dialogue for this specific mission, which is really super cool. So who should we add? Who has a pretty cool one? I think MOX got a pretty cool line. I'm not going to show you all of the lines, but probably I'll probably forget this. If I do forget it, somebody remind me in the comments. I'll put in the description all of the dialogue that the different heroes can say. But you just pick any hero you could possibly want. And when you've got your or a real friend, and then when you've got your two-man party, you can participate in the snowball fight. I think it's quite cool because they could have easily made this just another generic solo mission. There's already 4 in Wintersday, as we all know, but they decided to make it a two-man one, which is pretty cool. So your entire party will leave this outpost and be taken to the Even Vanguard Snowball Spectacular. Are you sure your party's ready to game on? Remember, this is for you and one friend, so make sure the party size is 2. Wait, only 2? I can't win by superior numbers? No way. Alright, oh yeah, game on. It's quite funny because where so many players use minions and spirits and stuff in this game, that is kind of how we all win. But here's the Ice Cliff Chasms. Okay, so we have a huge snowball fight here. My recommendation, okay? Set your hero to fight and disable Snow Down the Shirt so that they don't go charging in. With those 2 minor changes, you'll probably do a lot better in the snowball fight than you'd expect. So, Artificer Melanie, the guy from the Hall of Monument, says, "Players have been split into 2 teams led by captains Stacey McKylson and Mika Ferguson. MOX says, I will fight anyone who attacks us. Oh, fucking hell, that's what he says, because I changed the guard thing. You're with my team, Peter Redhill. And the Rune Trader says, oh, not fair. I wanted Peter Redhill on my team too. The skills guy says, our team will crush your team, Mika Gulson. And the Rune Trader says, your team doesn't stand a snowball's chance in Balthazar's realms, Ferguson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the snowball fight cold, icy, and fun. Last team standing wins. Target acquired, commencing bombardment. Error, fun detected. So there we go. So you get a huge fight here, okay? The NPCs are generally pretty predictable. Like I say, I barely do this, so and people repeat this constantly. This is a bit like what we saw that was added in the 2007 stuff, the repeatable quest for the polar bear. This is so good for your party title. You get so many tonics for doing this that in the end, it's actually something that people just repeat constantly. It's really good for power and leveling any heroes, because obviously they don't have to be level 20, so you can just constantly send them in with you. It's just generally really cool, and lots of people do it over and over and over and over. He's going to use Snow Down the Shirt on me. No, he's not. It's just generally really awesome, right? But the problem is, like, I barely do it, so there's going to be a lot of you guys out there watching this saying, oh, what's he doing? He's doing so bad. I know there are certain ways you can do it. It's very easy to lose on it. I think generally your own team loses quite often, or it's down to luck, or but the thing is, you can just run run away and aggro all of them one at a time, each individual person, and you should be okay. That's just generally how it works. As you can see here, my team actually seems to have done pretty well. When you get someone down to low health, and indeed you'll fail, obviously, if you get sent out. When you get them down to low health, they'll say, I'm out, and continue on. How it usually ends is it will just be you and one other guy left right at the end, because everybody just knocked themselves out. But I've been mostly ignored here, so we're doing pretty much fine, I suppose. Yeah, and this is the quest, as I said earlier. So there we go. That was really easy. I remember that being much harder than that. The team captained by Mika Ferguson has won the snowball fight. Congratulations. That's our team. Yay. Do they all have unique dialogue here? No, they don't. Thank God for that, because I would not be able to read all of that stuff. We never could have done it without our team's most valuable snowball thrower, Peter Redhill. Ah, hooray. And it's always you. Obviously, it doesn't change. Well played. We'll beat you next time. Here's all the guys that go out. Why is there a collector here? Really? Hey, how you doing? Oh, I see. It's a collector from inside the outpost. You can't actually speak to. That's pretty cool. So there you go. That is the snowball fight. Just keep doing it over and over. I'm kind of tempted to do it again, actually. Mind you, we have been going for about 30 minutes here, so don't want to push it. But there you go. That's the quest that we're added with Eye of the North. As you'll see here, if I've actually got space in my damn inventory, I'll probably have to just spam a few sweets and stuff. You have a truly amazing snowball skills, Peter Redhill. That was amazing. Thanks for joining in. Some folks found these tonics while we were out there and wanted you to have them. So you get 5 Frosty Tonics, 10 Wintersday gifts. It's just really good for getting loads of stuff. 500 gold, like I say, it's something people repeat constantly. It's similar to like Vitirs and Raptors and stuff like that, in that it's one of those things, very short, very easy, but you keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and it's pretty decent rewards if you just stick with it. It's very grindy though. But there you go. So we got 35 gifts from that. That's not too bad actually. Oh, and including the gifts from last video. So yeah, there you go. This is basically what's added with Eye of the North, and with this, obviously the start happened with everybody started thinking, oh shit, who's this Thackeray guy? Is he related to Logan Thackeray? All that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was just generally pretty cool. This was 2008. 2009 is the next video, and we've just seen an actual snowball fight against NPCs, basically a PvE version of it. Next video, sadly for 2009, they didn't really add very much at all. I should show you that actually before we end the video. Basically, now that we've completed that quest chain, what happened this year when everything came out? As I said, ArenaNet were hinting. They were saying, complete the new quest from this year and you'll get an amazing thing, a unique thing. It will be so cool. Ooh, what might you get? And everyone was like, oh, this sounds so exciting. Well, what it essentially was, and there's no real indication that this has happened. You just kind of have to luck it or have read the website actually yourself. So I think that was quite poorly handled in a way. But once you've completed the quest, as you just saw me do, what happened in 2008 is if you came round over to this garden now, and this will happen all year round, it's not just Wintersday thing anymore, what would happen would a pet would appear, and this is actually a charmable animal in Gwen's garden. Why here? I don't know why it was here. But originally, ignore the mower, originally all it was this jingle bear. It's exactly the same skin as Ursula the White, the quest that was added in 2006, and everyone was like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is so cool. Well, in 2000, and you could charm it. In 2009, they then did the same thing and added the white jingle mower as well. If you're a player like me and you're completing it for the first time now, though, you'll just get both unlocked at once, which is pretty cool. So yeah, for a while, I remember when this bear first came out, I thought that it was going to be literally only players that did the 2008 stuff on 2008 would unlock it, and it would become quite a rare and sought after pet. But they decided not to do that. You know, that's not like ArenaNet anyway to do stuff like that. They're very much anti-grind philosophy. They don't like locking players out of content like that. So yeah, this is how you get the jingle bear, a special Wintersday pet. You can only do it for completing the Wintersday stuff. You can't actually attack it, you can only charm it, which is quite funny. But yeah, so there you go, and obviously the jingle mower as well. And like I said, 2009, this is probably a speech I should be giving at the start of the next video, but 2009 they added nothing. All they did, they added the jingle mower. That was about it. There were some very other minor changes that were going on. So next video, rather than showing you a whole bunch of 2009 content which didn't exist since we've already seen the mower, I'll be showing off the snowball tournaments. We'll play a couple of PvP games. Like I said, I've said it a million times, I don't really do much Wednesday stuff, so I'm going to suck at the snowball stuff. I think there was 1 year where I did a lot of snowball stuff, so yay, look forward to that tomorrow. Watch me fail hard on that, and I will see you guys next time. It's like 11 o'clock now. Do you know what? I've kind of had a second wind with this marathon though. I think I'm doing pretty good. Alright, so yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's see you next time, everybody. Hold on, let me /wave. There we go. Didn't type /wab. Brilliant. See you next time.